Hello, welcome back to yet another video of Sri Rishi's psychology module, the module that makes you think. So, if you get all your things done with words, if you're good with people, if people do things when you pursue, or if you are a bender, this video is for you. And if you want to make people bend according to you, and if you want to surpass people or make someone do what you wish to do, how to convince positively, this is what our video is. So let's dive deeper into it. What is the art of convincing? This is not just a persuasion. That's the first thing that we have to note. It is not just a persuasion. It is kind of the seduction we do to the mind. A psychological approach where words are weapons and truth is as malleable as wax and fire. How do you convince someone? Truly, like when you want to convince a person, you should be subtle about that. It should not be overpowering. It's about alignment with the person. So when you're walking into someone's mental architecture, what you do is you gently shift the furnitures, make them believe that they rearranged it themselves. It's a process where you slightly push certain right buttons and convince the person opposite to you for a certain thing. So let's see. What is the foundation psychologically of convincing? Cognitive consistency theory. This is pure psychology. The human brain has a thing. It likes to rest. It's like most lazy people out there. It likes harmony. So when presented with an idea which is going to align to your belief, we will feel safe. So the idea contradicts what we know or we feel threatened. So to convince someone, you don't barge in with a battering like a big fuss, or like you don't push them into convincing or show your power there. What you do is you slip your idea in beside when what they already believe. Like if there is a color, if white is a color, you place gray in between it, and the person's mind start believing that the gray is also white. So let's see. When this happens, you let it echo familiar tunes. It's familiar. It's familiar with you. It's safe. You create that safety, and it's a natural evolution. It's not completely like you invade their space. It's what you make them think. You make them think about it, and you make them take the decision right for the opportunity or the decision that's in your head. Next is mirroring. It's very primal, it's very subconscious. So it is like we trust people who reflects us. Same thought process, same mindset. It's disguised as a strategy. When someone sees themselves in you, their defenses fall. They stop listening to respond and start listening to understand. That's where the art of convincing starts. Then there is the power of narrative. The brain actually doesn't fall in love with facts like most of us think. It falls in love with stories. That might seem ridiculous, but then it starts to fall in love with stories. If you want to convince someone, don't present data. Wrap your truth in characters, consequences, emotions. Logical gatekeepers are not going to work out with stories, and the mind will slip direct into the heart. So once the heart is convinced, the mind follows. That's how it works. Like when you reciprocate what a person is thinking, or like when we are wired to returning favors, you give someone validation, attention, respect, and like magic, they become more receptive to your ideas. So when you want to convince someone, be like very reciprocative. Give them what they are giving you, probably a bit more. If you are going to give a bit more than what they give, it's 100% sure that they are going to be convinced about your words. It's actually not about dominance. It's about how invested you are or they are in your words. So you make them feel valued and suddenly they value your voice. That's how it reverses. Then we have the illusion of choice. A master convincer, what we should understand is a master convincer, they never says, do what I want. They never go and convince people, do what I want. There's two options. You present them with two options that subtly lead to the same result, and the power of control is aphrodisiac to the ego. Give someone the feeling of control and they'll follow you anywhere thinking it was their own idea. That is another truth about convincing. But in the most magnetic kind is when you yourself believe that okay, this is going to happen, and you believe it yourself and you manifest it into your head. That's when real convincing starts. It's not like you are talking from arrogance, it's from conviction, and it's not desperate. So there's an unwavering inner fire within you, and people feel it, like most people do. We don't just listen to words, we just give the intention. The intention is pure because we believe in it and we manifest it. The next and the most sinful part of convincing is the emotional contagion. The brain is going to mirror the emotional state of the speaker. If you speak with calm certainty, this listener's mind is going to follow you. If you speak with passion, their neurons is going to catch fires. Like it's very easy for you to strike or spark up a fire. It's very easy. So when you speak with doubt, you lose them. You don't seemingly show a hint of doubt. Convincing isn't about forcing others to believe you. It's about becoming almost the same natural tune as they are and make them believe that they are the one who's working out. So they should not be believing that you had to convince them. That's how convincing works. So if you want to convince someone, if you have convinced someone, if you have convinced a tough choice, like, comment, share, and yes, pen down your experiences down in the comment box. Till the next time we see, bye bye.